What's up, guys? CryptoSavy here. Welcome to the channel where you subscribe to get daily updates every single day. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Give it a thumbs up. Take a second out. I know a lot of people forget all the time. Take a second out. Give it a thumbs up. Leave your comment down below to get you entered to win the free $100 promo code for Prime XBT. Tomorrow we will be picking yesterday's winner at the end of the video. So stick around. All right, guys, as always, I want to remind you, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, investment advice, nor is it trading advice. There's a disclaimer scrolling on the bottom. And we like to take a look at the news headlines just to get a feel for the sentiment. And let's see, devastating Bitcoin wipeout could see the price go sub 3,000. Bitcoin lost roughly 50% of its value in a day. Cryptocurrencies see 93.5 billion wipe off the value in 24 hours. 6 good reasons for Bitcoin hodlers to stay calm. Bitcoin plummets nearly 30% in a matter of hours, and then more after that because that was an older one. Edward Snowden feels like buying Bitcoin amid price crash. So anyways, this goes with, buy the fear type stuff, but there is a lot of fear in the market. Obviously, you guys know there's a lot of fear in the traditional markets also. Fear and greed index is at 10. Dropped 4 points from yesterday. Extreme fear, which is usually a sign for a bounce. And I do believe we're going to see a bounce. We could see more blood first, but we'll talk about that. Bitfinex, BitMEX, and Binance, longs versus shorts. The total of all of them, the longs are 55.24%. Shorts are 44.46%. Binance has more shorts than longs, but both Bitfinex and BitMEX have more longs than shorts. So let's look at what's going on. So I'm going to leave a Bybit tutorial up top if anybody's interested in trading. Also, I have some links down below. Prime XBT is one of them, and they are giving away a promo code to me to give you guys $100 to put in an account that doesn't require a deposit. And you can win that by leaving a comment down below, and I'll pick it in tomorrow's video. We're picking yesterday's winner today. And also, if you use the Prime XBT and use the promo code Savy50, they'll give you a 50% bonus on top of whatever you deposit. And if you use CryptoSavy25 promo code, and both these are for Prime XBT, you get 25% off of your fees for the rest of this month. So check it out if you are interested in trading. Let's get on with it. So on the monthly, if we look at this on the monthly, this bottom trend line here, we did come down and get support on it, but on the weekly and daily, it does not match up, so I'm not too confident in that. Obviously, you can see we broke our trend line here, got a nice wick. This could be it, guys. We could continue up from here, but don't get too excited because there is a possibility we can go down further, and I'll show you. All right, so looking at the triangle that we were looking at, and we knew if we broke below this line, it'd be a nice fall. If we broke above this line, it'd get super bullish. Obviously, we broke down. And like I said, on the weekly here, we've broken this trend line. Looking at if we do drop back down below this, we could be going for a double bottom around 3,100. And then I do have some other targets too that we will take a look at. First, I want to look at the RSI in the weekly. As you can see, we have broken this same line. If you guys remember, I've been talking about this red support and resistance line back here that we capitulated down past it in 2015, broke back above it in 2015, and came back down and tested it, got support, and continued on with our bull run. This is looking a little different. Unless we can get it back above that this week, we have until Sunday to get that back up there. Let's see what happens. If it does get back up above this, I would be pretty damn bullish. Let's look at the daily. So looking at the daily, we had this falling channel here, which we actually dipped below it. If you guys watched the live stream last night, I had this target in, and I had a 42 target. I believe that's, over here, 41.95. But we did dip a little bit below that. We got down to 38.51. Let's go back over to the daily here, though. So, yeah, we did drop below it, and I don't like my wicks piercing that stuff, guys, as you guys know. This is what I was looking for. Yesterday is a $5,300 to $5,400 range, and we did drop below that. But I did post on Twitter yesterday, right after my video went up in the morning, that if we broke 53, look for 42. Obviously, we went a little bit further, but we knew what to expect anyway, regardless. And as of right now, I've drawn the... Let's look at the RSI real quick. See, as looking at the RSI, it does look like we should get a decent bounce from here. As of right now, I think we are getting a nice bounce. We are at 56.29 as of making this video. We're back above this 53, 5400, and as you can see, I have the Fibonacci retracement drawn on here, and that lines up with the 53 to $5,400 range, and we are above it. As long as that holds as support, I see our next stop being the 64.28. If we can break through that, a 72.40, and then the 0.618 is the 80.30, guys. I would be looking for somewhat rejection on each one of these numbers, on each one of these targets here, and we're kind of going to have to feel it out for the market, see where the RSI is on that at that time. But let's look at the 4 hour. And as you can see on the 4 hour, let me point out something real quick. If you guys have been watching the channel, you know what these trend lines are. This bottom trend line that we drew off these 3 wicks, which actually we did break yesterday. That could have been just a bear trap, guys. We're going to have to watch this closely. But I cloned this line and I put one on top of each one of these wicks, and they were support and resistance all the way up, support and resistance back down through them. I also put one here, which is off of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 wicks across the middle. And if you look at where we're at now, we zoom in a little bit, we did get rejected at that trend line. If we can get back above that trend line, like I said, I'm looking for a 64.35. We may hover around that area for a little while. Then we'll probably come up to this trend line here that we had been watching for a while, which we broke through. And that would be, if we can break this, next step 71.87 to 79.61, guys. But again, I just think this will be a nice bounce. We could have further to go. We could go down to these lows here. Like I said, the 32 to 31, and then let me show you what I didn't tell you before. Our worst case, I believe, guys, is if we do break this low over here and we break our old low at 3,100, we have this trend line, this white trend line going off of here. We could go, I don't mean to spread FUD, but guys, it is possible that we go down as low as the $2,500 range. So make sure you keep that in mind. Again, there's no, I'm not saying we can go there for sure, but I want you guys to know the possibilities. A lot of people accuse people of spreading FUD when they tell about these lower lows, but I got the same thing when I said 5,300. People were saying I was spreading FUD. But anyways, so the 258.5 or 2,550 range is my worst case scenario, which would be coming to test this trend line. If that was the break, I don't know what to tell you. But anyways, we're going to get on to Litecoin and Ethereum here in a minute, but I just wanted to tell you guys what I'm looking at. The highest I see us coming up here before coming back down would be 91.81. So keep all this in mind. This is what we're looking at. We are getting a nice bounce, recovery bounce as of right now. But like I said, look for rejection at 64.28, 72.40, 80.38, and then I will put another one up here, the 0.786. And all these are just on Fibonacci lines, guys. It's pretty simple. And if we look at, beans, we're in the daily, if we look at the RSIs, guys, they still look pretty bearish. We need quite the move up to stop it, but it does look like the yellow line here, which is the 55 EMA, is looking to cross the 200 EMA. Again, this is the daily, so that would take a few days. If we get a nice push up, I don't think we have much to worry about here. And as you can see, the 8 EMA is around that 72.40 right now. And as this goes up, if we do get up to this range, that 8 will line up quite well with the 0.5 Fibonacci at around the 72.40 area. let's look at the 4 hour. So on the 4 hour, the EMAs are pretty damn bearish here, but obviously we could be getting a turn up. And if you look at the 8 EMA here, will line up with this trend line, which is around the $5,800 range, guys. If we can break that, we are looking for the 64.35, which will line up with the 13 EMA on the 4 hour. And the 21 EMA will line up with this trend line here, which is going to be around the 69.50 to 6,700 range. But remember, we have to hold this 54.26. If we drop below that, you know, then we could be coming down for these lower lows, possibly as low as the 33.10. Let's look at the RSI. As you can see in the RSI here, I have this downward. Well, we have a falling broadening wedge in white. And then we have a falling channel here. If we can break out of that, we'll most likely come back down, test it for support, and then continue up. But guys, we could come back down and retest this bottom white trend line here. Let me get this line out of the way. If we did, that would be pretty low on the RSI. It'd be around the 3.5, 3.4 level, maybe even 3.3. But like I said, we could come back down and get another low here. If 3,200, and like I said, if that was to break, then I'd be looking for the $2,500 range. Now let's look at the 1 hour, and then we'll go on to Litecoin. So looking at the 1 hour, as you can see, the RSIs are turning up here. It is kind of looking like we might get some bullish action up to our, let me zoom out, 64.27, which is that 0.382 fib, and then possibly up to the 7,200, which would be our 0.5 fib. So anyways, yeah, it's not looking bad on the 1 hour. The EMAs are turning up. If you guys haven't checked out my video on reading the EMAs, I'll leave a tutorial up top on that. But anyways, the 8 is crossing the 13 now, and then we have the 21. We are getting resistance from it right now. If we can get above this and get support on it, we're most likely headed up to the $64 range. Let's look at the RSI. And as you can see, it's a falling broadening wedge. If we can pop up out of this, that'd be a nice move up, most likely to at least that 64.20 range. Now let's look at Litecoin. Same thing. I just threw some fibs on here, guys, real quick. We had this, I put this $20 to, actually there is a $20 to $22 range right here, which would be this bottom trend line. I put that in there in yesterday's live stream. If you missed it, check it out. It was pretty fun little live stream. But anyways, everything has turned bearish here on the daily. The 55 has crossed the 200 EMA. We need a nice push up to continue. And as of right now, around the 33.50, if that doesn't hold, then we're going to break back down in here. Probably head towards the $20 range. Otherwise, 39.06 would be our 0.236. 47.65 would be our 0.382. 0.5 is 0.576 or 54.76, and then 61.80 would be our 0.618 retracement. 0.786 is 71.75. So yeah, as long as this hold, I'm looking for at least the 39.06. If we can break that, get support, then 47.65. Remember, guys, subscribe to the channel. I do daily updates every single day, so we'll keep up on this. I know a lot of days when the market doesn't seem like it done much, it seems like the same video, but that's how you keep up on the market. And if you keep up daily and not just when there's a big move, when there's a big move and you start looking for videos, it's too late. You can catch that stuff before if you watch every day. But if, you know, I don't know, if that's not what you want to do, then keep losing your money, I guess. But anyways, so looking at this as a falling broadening wedge on Ethereum, and it looks like, I don't believe we come back down for one more touch here. That would be extremely low on the RSI. So if we are able to continue up here, did I go into the 4 hour in Litecoin? I don't think I did. Let me go into the 4 hour real quick before we go to Ethereum. Sorry about that. All right, back to these trend lines. As you can see, we are getting support on this bottom trend line. Next stop's 39.06. If we can break through that, 47.65. As you can see, the EMAs are looking ugly. Let's look at the RSI. RSI looks pretty good. Looks like we could head up from here. Ethereum. We did get rejected at the 0.236 once already. We're looking at the 4-hour. That's right here at 137.31. We do have this trend line here that's most likely going to give us some resistance around 131 to 132. But after that, the 0.5 is at 166. Or no, I'm sorry, that's the 0.382. The 0.5, put it on here, is at the 191 range. I don't know why these ones are... Oh, okay. And then the 0.618 is at 214.22. Like I said, we'll keep up on this daily, guys, but it does look like we have a good possibility to continue up from here. If not, my lower target for Ethereum is lining up with this trend line here to around the $77 to $80 range. Somewhere in this area is what I'd be looking for. And if that was to break 41.47, I know a lot of you guys are fans of Ethereum and everything else, but it could be the beginning of the death to a lot of the altcoins. One that I don't think is going to die is LITECOIN. Whether you like that or not, that's my opinion, not yours. And how I feel about LITECOIN is it is a test net for Bitcoin. It's needed. It gives it hell of a value. It's not competing with Bitcoin like the other coins. So, yeah, I don't know. Do your research on blockchain and decentralization. Don't just listen to what YouTubers say, guys. They're pushing their agenda. So, anyways, let's go on to pick our winner. But first, I'm going to show my wife's webpage, inkerimage.com. It's a hell of a way to support the channel, guys, along with some other links down below. All my links down there help support the channel, and they give you a little bonus to most of them. So anyway, inkerimage.com, she has a lot of stuff on here. T-shirts, these aluminum signs are cool. She can actually do big glass signs too. She can put family pictures on this stuff. Whatever crypto you want, doesn't have to be what you see here. There's also long sleeve T-shirts and hoodies, and keychains, some other stuff. You can hit her up in the contact. If you have something in mind that isn't listed here, she can make all this stuff. It is her business, so definitely a good way to help support the channel. Now let's look at, we're going to go to yesterday's video, 5,300 incoming, and we're going to copy the link address. This is to pick the winner. And once we pick the winner, just get a hold of me in my email or on Discord. If you belong to Discord, DM me on Discord, and I will give you the promo code to put $100 without having to make a deposit. It'll put $100 in your Prime XBT account so you can start trading. So let's check it out. I'm going to paste it in there, load the comments, and please work. This thing's been giving me trouble for some time, and it's working. All right, so we're going to randomly pick a winner. There was 387. Brian Alex, I know he posted quite a bit while it worked out for you, man. So don't forget, you can leave your comment down below. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. Hit the CryptoSavy logo above my head to get you subscribed to the channel. Tick the notification bell to get you notified, because I do post videos every single day. And get a hold of me, Brian, and I will give you your promo code for your $100. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching. Take it easy. Have a great day. I'm out.